Please don't spoil the movie by adding your own soundtrack. Do it again. I watched The Dropout again, and then one of the scenes, Elizabeth Holmes dances to Sunny Balwani to that song, and it's so awkward, but I really like it.
What is The Dropout?
With Elizabeth Holmes, started a company.
Oh, that's what it's called?
It's called The Dropout because she dropped out of college. That's a big thing. But the company is called Theranos.
Oh, okay.
That she started. All right. Welcome back.
Oh, we started already?
Yeah, I've started. We're here. Get in here.
Get in here.
So, welcome back, guys, to Please Don't Spoil the Movie. Brought to you by me, Jordan.
And me. My name's Jade.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, there we go.
So, since recently recorded, we have come up with a new concept, or
we're switching
style.
things around. We're changing up the different angles, trying out new stuff.
Yeah.
We don't, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
We're giving it a whirl.
Yeah. So
it's not going to be the same old shiggity you've been hearing.
Yeah. So
these past episodes.
The new format will be each host, I guess every other episode, picks a movie, maybe a surprise if they choose to make a surprise, and tells the other about it.
Yeah, just a flow.
Mm-hmm.
New flow.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
Surprise attack. Surprise and move attack. Okay, sorry.
Oh, well, I guess we can get this started then.
Yeah, we're going to get this started. So, at first we were supposed to do
The Parent Trap.
The Parent Trap.
Which would have been a really fun one.
It would have been a funny one. It's so long, and to keep up with our new theme of, I don't know, a surprise and me telling you the movie, because maybe you hadn't seen it in a while or never seen it. I was like, I'm just going to scrap that and do a whole new movie.
Okay.
But to keep in with the twin theme that we have going, I did pick another twin movie.
Okay, wait, can I guess it?
Hell yeah, you can guess it. That was
another twin movie?
Actual twins, but yes, another twin movie.
They're twins, not sisters.
Twins, yeah. Full on twins. Actual twins. No bullshit. Oops. Oh, we're not crazy. No BS. Editing, and I played the same two characters. Factual
Oh my God.
twins.
Oh, it's Mary-Kate and Ashley.
Yes.
A New York Minute.
New York Minute, there you go. I feel like they have so many movies, but there's only one movie that's like...
That's their only movie that wasn't like...
Their child movies.
Straight to DVD. Yeah.
Yeah.
But really, where is the vault that has those Mary-Kate and Ashley straight to DVD movies? Like those movies where it was like One Time in Paris or...
They have to be on Disney Channel.
I want them. They weren't Disney movies. They were literally straight to DVD. I don't even know who...
Oh, they're not Disney movies?
No. I don't know who produced them or who distributed them, but I want all of them.
You need to go to a Goodwill because, baby, they have it.
Are they going to have it in DVD, though? Or are they going to have like a VHS?
Yeah, figure that one out. Probably a little bit of both, but you have to search for it.
Well, I want them. Okay. Where does one access those?
I feel like... I'm sure you can find them on eBay. I'm sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is New York Minute on Netflix?
Maybe on YouTube.
Oh, maybe so.
Yeah, they probably have it on YouTube. Unless it is a Disney movie, then they won't have it on YouTube or whatever production company did it, but it's probably on YouTube.
So, what was my question? What did I just ask?
It is on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
And I saw it and I was like, let's do that. On the side, do that. Oh, yeah. When was the last time you saw a New York Minute?
I actually saw it not too long ago.
When?
I want to say within the year.
Oh. That should be like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, no.
Okay. That's still some
Why would I just randomly watch New
Yeah,
York
okay.
Minute
I don't know.
2 years ago? I mean, 2 weeks ago.
I mean, I kind of did yesterday. We watched it. I was wondering. I was like, Jesus, not you watched New York Minute. But yes, so that's the movie that I picked. A very brief summary, because I was going to go ahead and, do a whole thing.
All right, go for it.
It's about twins.
Right. Completely opposites.
Completely opposites,
Kind of like me and you.
Yeah, but not really, because they're like polar opposites.
But I think one of them, because one of them is you to an extreme, and the other one is me to an extreme.
Right. But okay, so they're polar opposites. There's Jane, which is the uptight one.
You.
Snooty. I don't want to say she's snooty, but she's like
super organized and anal.
Anal, but yes, totally. And then there's Roxy. She's a drummer,
Yeah.
And so the movie
super chill, super go with the flow,
messy.
Yeah. No structure whatsoever.
I'm looking at Rotten Tomatoes right now. It has 11% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh my goodness, 11%. That's disrespectful. I would give it a 43.
Yeah. Okay, anywho, random story. But it's about a day that they spend in New York City that goes.
Where do they live?
They're actually from Long Island.
Oh.
Isn't that crazy?
Don't people consider Long Island New York City?
I don't know. No, I feel like not. I feel like that's
I just know Schmidt from New Girl. He's from Long Island.
I mean, yeah, and then no. I mean, it's pretty close. I mean, it's a train right down. But I feel like people from New York
You're like, yeah, but no.
They're like, she's from Long Island. Like, I'm from Brooklyn, Long Island. I feel like the boroughs really matter. I feel like, I don't even know.
Well, that's not a borough.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't even know. It's a borough.
Yeah.
A borough. Yeah. Anyway. So they're from Long Island, and they spend a day in New York, and it goes to mayhem. So, I'm going to hop into the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, also the way I'm going to do this, I'm not good with names.
Okay.
So as I introduce characters, I'm going to give you the actor's real name, their character name, and then from then on, I will refer to them as the nicknames that I give them. Okay. It should make it easier because there's no point to address them as...
Okay.
Yeah. But I will call Ashley and Mary-Kate Olsen.
Yeah.
Okay. By their character name because those are easy. So it starts off a beautiful day. I'm assuming it's like a Friday.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful day. The first person we see up morning is of course Jane.
Right.
She's being organized. You could tell. You know what? It starts off with a dream.
Oh.
It starts off with a dream, and it's very like. What is it? Bring it on.
I was just
like an important day.
Bring it on.
She has to give a speech. She's naked and she wakes up. So, excuse me. Very bring it on. She's dreaming. Anywho, she is, you could tell that she's very put together, particular. In one scene, you see her, I don't know if you remember this, she has like, those little seat things you put on public restrooms over the toilet? She has one of those in her freaking bathroom.
For her own home.
Her own bathroom. That's how OCD she is.
That's how much she doesn't even trust her sister.
I don't
her
know.
Hygiene.
And it's so ugly in the bathroom. It's like an actual like thing on the wall.
Oh wow.
It's so ugly. I'm like, who even installed that? How did she even find that? So she's getting together. She brings her dad his coffee. She's like, and at one point we find like her mom's dead.
Her mom's dead?
Their mom's dead.
Oh, I thought you meant like...
What? Oh, like that was the turn of the movie?
Yeah, she walks in and we find the mom's
murder
dead in the room.
No.
I was like, what?
We found out the mom's died forever ago.
There's always... One thing about a movie, a parent gonna be dead.
Yeah. And you can, like, in the beginning, you can kind of see, like, she's, like, almost acting like the wife, or like that, the
Mom 2.0
of the house.
Yeah.
Right? She's like giving her dad coffee in the morning. She's like tightening his like tie before he goes off to work. Blah 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 blah. And then we see Roxy. She's like
Roxy.
Practicing the drums all loud while Jane's trying to study for his speech. She has a freaking pet snake, like an anaconda snake. It's like big as hell. It goes into the shower while Jane is showering and goes in there and she like freaks out, which I thought was kind of weird because I'm like, you've been living the snake for a while. You should be comfortable with it. But it's a huge snake.
Right.
It's like type of like ends up killing you one day, I assume. Like huge.
Oh yeah, that anaconda's probably sizing her up.
Yeah, it's like, I mean like the size of my arms but longer. Ugh, disgusting. I don't know why she has a snake that big. Disgusting. And then her dad goes into Roxy's room. He's like, oh, I see you're studying because if you don't get your stuff together, I'm going to send you off to boarding school because she keeps like skipping school.
Boarding school?
Not boarding school, I'm sorry. Oh, okay, not boarding school, but where do we go to school?
Military school?
All girl school.
Oh, all girl
Catholic high school.
Oh.
She keeps skipping school and classes, which I don't know how people do.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like a crazy concept to skip school. How do you do that?
Girl, I don't know. I mean, that was impossible when we were in high school. But, like, my out-of-town friends, like my Houston friends, they, like Morgan, she was telling me how, like, she almost didn't graduate because she skipped school so much. Like, it just must be easy when you...
It just... To me,
when you're not in a jail.
Oh, which I prefer. I feel like if I miss school, if there was a class that I didn't go to, the school shutting down.
Yeah.
They'd be like, where is she? Is she okay? Do we need to call the police?
Yeah, if you didn't show up at 7:45 in the morning, they was calling the house.
Yeah.
They was like, where's she at?
Yeah.
Girl.
Like, if you just didn't show, like, if you were there, like, let's say if you were there all morning and then one class you didn't show up to and they no excuse, they'd be like, huh?
Right. But I guess that's easy when you're at a school that has, like, a total of, like, 1,000
You're not doing
students.
roll call? I guess.
But when there's 1,000 students in just the one grade, like, it's easy to one kid's gonna slip through the cracks. Like, it's easy.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah.
Anywho, but she's skipping school so much that her dad's about to send her away to boarding school. I mean, clearly she's a bad student. Right. All that jazz. And then so they're getting ready to start their day. The family, so Roxy, Jan, and the dad, who's played by Dr. Oz. Is it Dr. Oz?
Not Dr. Phil. No, not Dr. Phil. Dr. Drew. Dr. Drew. He's the dad.
I was looking at that.
Not Dr. Drew, an actor.
I mean, that's the only thing you did. But I was looking at the cast list, and I was like, why does that name sound familiar?
No
way. And then I
way.
clicked on it. Yes, Dr. Drew. Here, I'll show you his face. That's it. That's him.
Oh my goodness!
Isn't that so crazy? Isn't that funny?
That is absurd.
I didn't even realize it. Not him playing a doctor when he a doctor.
That is crazy.
It's so random. I mean, he's not in the movie much.
Still.
But they're like all gathered in the kitchen. Jane, of course, is getting ready for her speech that she's about to give.
What is the speech for?
So later we find out the speech is for her to. So she's going to Columbia in New York to give a speech so that she can get a scholarship, so she can go study in Oxford in London. Oh. So
they're seniors?
Gotta be, or maybe juniors, but something like that.
So she's going to Columbia, but the speech that she's giving is so that she can travel abroad
to Oxford.
For Oxford.
So she's giving a speech at Columbia. Yeah,
gotcha.
But it's a scholarship program.
Oh, cool.
Whatever.
Dope.
But yeah, they must be seniors, because at the end of the movie, so they're seniors. So while that important thing is happening in her life, Roxy has another important thing that she must go to in New York City. It's a concert. It's actually a music video that her favorite band is performing at, and also we find out that she is being told by her band members and her manager that she needs to go there and go to the music video and then give the suits.
Not the suits.
Like the managers of the bands,
the record label producers, guys.
Exactly, their demo.
The demo.
So she's like, for fun and for work.
Okay.
But of course, so I think, but she can't just. It's a school day, so she can't just skip school. So I'm pretty sure she tells her dad
the conflict of skipping school again.
Yes, that she is instead going on a field trip, and he signs a little,
a waiver.
Yeah, but instead she's going to do that, right? And then the dad also can't even, which I think she should have off. If her sister's going to give a speech at Columbia, I think they should just have off and do. I mean, they should all go together, right? Like, why would?
Oh, right. If your daughter's giving a speech at Columbia, everybody needs to be there.
Yeah,
right.
Like, why does she even have to go to school? Y'all
right. That's so true.
Yeah. But I guess I don't even know why, yeah. But anywho, and the dad also...
Weird family dynamic issues.
Then the dad can't make it because he got called into work last minute.
He's a doctor.
He was hoping he'd get off and make it there. Mm-hmm. In the end, he doesn't. But he can't come anymore because of that. Mm-hmm. It's upsetting. But, she's a big girl. She'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So they're off to the train to go to New York. Before they go, Roxy's the driver. Skirt. Before she takes off, there's a man across the street taking pictures of her. Mm-hmm. Which is weird.
Right.
We soon find who that man is. But anywho, so she's on her way to the train with Roxy because they needed to go to New York City because they have plans, baby. And on their way there, Roxy's like, okay, but I do have to stop at my manager to pick up these CDs so I can give it to these execs. Mm-hmm. And they're like,
the suits,
yes. So he just gives the CDs, and her manager is actually Osborne, Osborne's son, Jack Osborne.
Okay,
which is famous.
Yeah, Ozzy Osbourne.
Yes, Ozzy Osbourne.
Ozzy's
son, which is random. My notes. So that happens, and as they're
Sharon, that's what I meant to. That's what I was trying to go for. Sharon,
he said, Aussie. I was thinking about when he actually bit the head off a bat, right?
Yeah, that was his thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Disgusting. I'm surprised he's still alive. He doesn't have rabies or
Right.
had that disease that man from that Bat movie has. That new one that everyone says is so bad.
Oh, Morpheus?
Morpheus.
Is that what's called, Morpheus?
Yeah, you're right.
No, Morbus.
Morbus.
I did hear that movie was bad.
I want to see it so bad.
It didn't. I don't know why it was so bad.
Everyone said it's so bad.
We're gonna have to watch it.
Put it if it was, I need to find it free because I don't want to pay for it so bad. But like, I really want to hate watch it. I'm like, how bad is it? Seems like fun to watch.
Is it a Marvel movie?
Yes, I believe so. Which is sad because Marvel movies, they're the best.
Supposedly.
I don't know if it was a DC movie, I'd be like, okay, I get it.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. So, anywho, the girls run off to go to the train, but just before they leave just in time before this I'm gonna call him. So I'm gonna call him Cop. So I'm gonna call him Cop from now on. Mm-hmm. He is the truancy officer, which is what I get from the movie is people assigned to make sure kids go to school.
Oh,
so she's in trouble for skipping, and he's in charge of catching her. I don't know who really assigned this to her.
Sounds like a parole officer.
Yeah, like a parole officer, but for children. Yeah, so he's a truancy officer, and he followed, of course, Roxy there because she's his number one target. Like he's been trying to get this girl since
public enemy number one.
Public enemy number one. So his name in the movie is Max. Never gonna say that again. And he's played by...
That's a really young name for such a grown man.
Yeah, it's weird. And he's played by Eugene Levy.
The dad from American Pie.
Oh, yes, and Schitt's Creek.
Yeah, Schitt's Creek, yeah.
More recently. I was like, I kept looking, I was like, well, I was like, what do I know him from now? And I totally forgot. And then I saw a commercial that he's in. I was like, oh, yeah, that's why. Schitt's Creek. That literally happened like 10 minutes ago. And I was like, oh, yeah. So he arrests those kids because they're supposed to be in school, and he's like, "Give me Roxy, where's she gonna be?" And he's like, "I ain't no rat." You got to find her.
Who said that?
Ozzy Osbourne. The Jack
manager.
Osbourne. Okay. Yeah, it's like, I'm not gonna give up my girl.
I ain't no snitch.
Yeah, like literally, he puts them in the back of a cop van to take them to jail. I don't know, it's this whole thing. He takes it very seriously, and I guess his theme is that deep down inside, he really wants to become a cop. Right. And he really takes this job seriously because he wants to become a police officer one day for whatever reason. Okay, so they both get onto the train to New York City, which seems like such a daunting thing. I guess they're used to it.
Right, I'm sure it's
normal. Yeah, but I guess it is normal, but so stressful. Anyway, so they get on the train. Jane is trying to relax before her little speech. Roxy's trying to turn the hell out. They end up
let's do shots!
Yeah. They end up sitting kind of close by each other. I'm going to bring up this man.
They really weren't effing with each other.
No, not at all.
They didn't even sit next to each other on the train.
No.
They were not friends.
Yeah. Technically speaking, by the time Roxy sat down, Jane was already sitting next to a strange man. And so it's like a two-seaters. So it's Jane, strange man, which he's kind of important because he keeps making like appearances throughout the movie.
Oh, does he? The strange man?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna call him Suit.
Okay.
I don't think his name's important.
Can I see a picture of him?
Yes. Hold on.
I think I remember
him. Ooh, which person? Okay, his name is Hudson Mikkel. This is him. He's played by Daryl.
Yes, I knew it was him. I knew it.
His real name is Daryl Hammond.
Where do we know him from? He's been in stuff.
I guess it looks like he plays, what's his name? He's on Saturday Night Live, and I think he plays, what's that orange man's name? Donald Trump on Saturday Night Live.
No. Now? Currently? They're gonna say, what's that orange man's name?
Sometime. I think he went off and on. I don't know. He has no big stuff in here. He might have been on an episode of The Office, maybe. I don't know if I'm making that up.
Yeah, but he's like one of those faces that you see.
Yeah,
you know his face.
A lot of people in this movie, it's like I can't name a big role, but you know their face. Yeah, I'm sure in Hollywood they're like big, like behind the scenes type people. But this guy, you know his face, you just can't like nothing. He's not like a big actor, but I'm sure he does big stuff in Hollywood. But we're gonna call him Suit.
Mm-hmm.
So while they're on the train to New York, begins the mayhem. So at one point, they're arguing. They're always arguing about something. I forgot what they're arguing about. Anywho, it's not important. They have many arguments.
Mm-hmm.
But they end up spilling some drink on Soup Man. It causes a commotion. Not important, but it all full circle with the Soup Man.
It all ties back
Yeah,
in.
it all ties back in. So while they're on the train, you need a ticket to get on the train. Which I don't know. I don't know if it's still like this or always like this. But I guess maybe when it's in between places. But whatever. They check the ticket after you get on the train, after the train's already moving.
Oh.
Yeah. And I know I don't know if they still do that, but I know they used to do it. But in the movie, they also do that too. So the guy with the ticket. Do you remember, on that Christmas movie where the kids are on the train?
The animated one?
Yeah. Christmas Train
Polar
movie?
Express or whatever?
Christmas Train movie. Yes, Polar Express.
I've actually never watched Polar Express.
Oh, but in it, they have a scene where the guy, after the train takes off, he's like, where your ticket at? And he makes funny things in it. That kind of thing. I don't know why I brought it up. Anywho, so Jane, of course, has her ticket. She's good to go. Roxy, on the other hand,
she ain't got no ticket.
No ticket. So she's like, I'm going to handle it. I'm going to be fine. Don't worry about me, Jane. Because Jane's like, do you need money to buy a freaking ticket?
Right.
She's like, I got this. The way she got this, she tries to hide in the bathroom. And she thinks that's going to do something. The ticket man follows her in there. And he's like, where's your ticket? And she's like, ugh. She gets thrown off the train.
Okay.
And Jane's not worried about it. But, since they're twins, some people might mistake them for being the same person. So the ticket man comes back around. He's like, LOL. Yeah, exactly. He's like, LOL.
Think I was born yesterday?
Yeah, and she tells him, she's like, oh, you must think I'm my identical sister. And that's who you just saw. He's like, girl, get off the train.
He's like, I got a job.
Yeah, I got a
you
job.
You making it 10 times harder.
Which sucks. I'm like, I feel so bad for her. Like,
that is aggravating.
Yeah, it's so aggravating. And she has something really important to do.
Right.
This is her future.
Oh, that's so annoying when you really think about it. Like, at this point, your twin sister is a cancer. Like, she's really, she is messing up your life.
Pretty much.
She's inconveniencing
the
crap out of you.
Yeah, it's messed up. So, anywho, Jane gets kicked off the train as well. And as she's getting kicked off, she meets, his character's name is Jim. He's played by Riley Smith, which you may know him from.
Is that the one from? Wait, who makes this one? Jane.
Jane meets him.
Jane.
The
uptight one.
Yeah. I mean, he's from a lot of stuff.
Is this the one from Supernatural?
No, that's the other guy.
Oh, this one's from Motocross.
Yes.
So Motocross, that Disney movie where the girl, she's like a girl's girl. Is she a girl's girl?
I didn't know.
I don't know. She's kind of tomboyish.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, she shaves off her head. She poses as a boy. And she enters into that dirt bike race.
Yes, I forgot she does shave her hair.
It's like she's the man.
Yeah,
but make it dirt bike.
Yeah, I vividly remember her.
And he's like the guy she's interested in.
They look just like those.
Yes, they have the same look.
Yeah, they have the same look.
They have the same look.
Yes. So from now on, we're gonna refer to him as Hot Guy Number 1.
Oh, Jesus.
Hot Guy Number 1 is for Jane.
Okay, Jane's guy.
Yeah, Jane's guy. Hot Guy Number 1, motocross, if you will.
Isn't he like a delivery person?
Actually, I guess so. Throughout the whole movie, we see him with a bike.
Right.
He's getting on the train with the bike. Not sure why the bike needs to get on the train with him. I'm not sure where the bike goes when it's on the train. Seems like an inconvenience. I feel like that should go under somewhere. Anywho, he's always got a bike. So she runs into Hot Guy Number 1. Begins the beginnings of her outfits just getting messed up because he rips her skirt and tears off the first layer and whatever. But they have a nice meet cute. He makes a little cute joke about, "Ooh, I got you out your skirt," type vibe joke.
Predator.
Yeah, no, it's cute. It's cute. And then so they're kicked off the train, and Jane needs to be somewhere important, so she's trying to see when the next train comes. She sees a schedule. She's like, "It says a train comes in an hour." The guy's like, "No, it comes in 3 hours because the way maintenance works."
Oh.
She's like, "What are we gonna do? I need to be in New York yesterday."
Mm-hmm.
But she should have really went down there yesterday. It seems important.
Yeah, the night before.
Yeah,
for
cut
sure.
Cut out all the stress, girl.
Yeah.
Go out there first. They should have really made a whole thing of it.
Yeah.
The dad needs to be there. The mom needs to be there. The
mom is
grandparents needed to
dead.
be there. She should be there in spirit. Because I feel like she didn't show up either. The grandparents needed to be there. Her friends needed to be there. They should have made a big thing about it. The
They
school
should
needed to
have.
shut down. Like,
She
go see
probably
your
doesn't
friend.
have friends. She's one of those type of girls.
I guess not. Probably. You ain't lying. But anywho, so they need a mode of transportation. So Roxy is off to the side texting, not doing anything to help, minding her business. And we kind of see like a exchange of sorts. It's like shady. So there is a guy off to the side watching another guy that's standing by Roxy. They're like catching eye to eye. And then they're like, you could tell they're doing something shady. And then like, you see like cops off in the distance. They're like, freak out. They're like freaking out. Like, oh God, we're about to get busted.
Who's freaking out?
These two guys who are in the parking lot. We don't really know what's going on.
Okay.
They're like, so there's a guy. I'm going to introduce him as Limo Guy. He is
Who guy?
Limo Guy.
Limo guy.
His name in the movie is Benny Bang. And
Let
he's
me
played
see.
by Andy Richer. Another guy's face that you probably know from a lot of stuff, but I can't think of.
Oh, this guy. This is the guy. He's on Conan O'Brien show. He's like his little sidekick.
Yeah. Exactly who it is. Right, that guy.
Yeah.
So Limo, I'm gonna call him Limo Guy from now on. He drives a limo.
Okay.
Limo Guy is looking at another guy across the parking lot. You can tell they're trying to make an exchange, but then the FBI like zooms in, arrests the guy, not
Who?
Limo Guy.
Okay. Guy he's trying to make an exchange
who's
with.
standing next to Roxy.
Oh.
Before the police zone in on the guy standing next to Roxy, he slips something in her purse. And that's when the whole movie takes a shift. And I'm like, okay. I thought when I was watching, I was like, oh, I forgot about this layer. I just thought it was like them trying to get to New York and do these two things. It is a whole nother layer. There's like 4 layers.
Inserted a microchip into the girl's purse.
There's like 2 layers. It's like them trying to go to New York to do their own separate 2 things, and then like 2 people are after them individually.
All right, the cops after Roxy, and then now she's got this radio chip.
Right, but then the limo guy's gonna be really after
Jane.
We'll get there how that happens.
Okay.
But anywho, so he sees that happen. He sees the person slip the thing in her purse, Roxy's purse.
The limo guy sees that.
Yeah. And so he goes up to Roxy and he's like, oh, do you need a ride? He has an Asian accent. Put that out there now. Did that come out? Were you surprised to hear that? He has an Asian accent. He's doing this Asian accent thing. In a moment, I'll tell you why. But he has this stupid Asian accent that he keeps doing. He's a white man, in case you're wondering. But he offers Roxy a ride, and she's like, kind of standoffish at first. But then, they really need a ride, so she accepts it. She calls her sister over, Jane, like, let's go to New York. This guy's gonna give us a ride.
Right.
They don't ask enough questions. They don't seem, they're not enough concerned to me because they say, yes, baby, have you heard of sex trafficking?
You needed to ask how much. How much?
Yeah,
how much it costs to ride in this limo, sir?
He's like, a free ride to New York.
Like, come on. He offered free?
I think so, right?
Oh my God.
Maybe he gave an excuse. I don't remember, but anything but no is not an acceptable answer.
Correct. Silly girls.
Right. So they're in the limo. While she's getting in the limo, he's trying to take her purse because he really wants what's in her bag. I wish he just asked her for it. I wish he'd have got in the car, the limo, halfway there and be like, look, there's something in your bag that I need. I need you to give it to me. If you don't give it to me, I'll drop you off the side of the road. He should have just asked for it. I mean, instead of just trying to kidnap him.
Right.
Whatever.
For the sake of the movie.
Yeah. So, right. So they're on their way to New York City. Limo guy, you're following, gets a call from his
employer,
his mother, which she calls him her number 1 adopted son.
Oh, she's Asian.
So she's Asian.
She's Asian.
And yes, so their family's Asian. That's why he has his Asian accent. She also tells them, she said, either speak English or speak Chinese. Stop with the Asian accent. She's like, pick a lane, dude. She's like, even
find
doesn't
your
like
identity.
it. She's like, why do you keep having this Asian accent? You don't have it.
That's hilarious.
So they get to New York and they're parked out some place. They're trying to figure out where they are. And out of nowhere, he just turns straight creepy. He's like, you guys are going nowhere. You guys are staying here. And then he expects them to like not freak out. I don't know. So they're like scared and they climb out of the sunroof to get away from him. Because he's like, give me your stuff. And they're like running away from him. And how did they get away from him? Oh, yes. So they run away from him. And then they end up in the subway. And then they have a fight scene in the subway. Because Roxy
with him?
Yes.
With the limo guy?
Yeah. Because Roxy knows jujitsu.
Oh.
So they do jujitsu. And she uses her drumsticks, kind of like chopsticks.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, so they have a fight scene.
They have a battle royale.
Right, they kick his butt. I think they kick him into a train and the train takes off. He's like, oh, I'm going to get you.
Yeah.
So... just so silly. When that happened, I was like, this movie is wild. So they have a fight scene in the subway, and they're like, start just moving forward about their day. Another mishap happens with Jane's outfit. She breaks a heel. I don't know if you remember that. Yeah, that's something I vividly remember her breaking that heel.
I do.
And then Roxy taking the other heel and breaking it.
Yeah,
she turns it into flats, quote unquote.
Right.
But they're just like Rocky shoes. And she's like duck walking. It's just weird. So, and then after that, the girls, they run into a homeless man. You probably remember this scene too. The homeless man is asking for them for like money, and Roxy's gonna give it to him. Jane said, just don't, because you're gonna feed into his like, alcohol addiction. Yeah, whatever stuff. So they're all arguing, like they're like all fighting for the money, and at one point, the homeless guy with his drink in his hand like spills it accidentally on her. Right. This like blue slush. Yeah. That gush stuff. Yeah. And it like, she's like, oh, it smells like alcohol. So it's like blue, and she has a white, like a light pink shirt on. So it's like,
yeah, blue. It's obviously, yeah.
Right. So her outfit's just getting worse and worse. And it's very important she looks good. And then after that, they get splashed by like the sidewalk juices.
Oh, because the car comes and like splashes.
It's disgusting. Yeah. And then
New York City sidewalk juice is something that I would never want on me.
No, exactly. Which is just honestly rude that the person did that. Like, slow down by this stuff.
Right.
So they stop at a bodega. Corner store. They stop at a bodega I don't know.
I my jewelry just to go to the bodega.
Right. Jane wants to go freshen up. I don't know. And she's in there. She falls in the toilet. It's this whole mishap.
Oh my God.
Right. Roxy's out there entertaining herself with the bodega guy because they have to buy something for her to use the bathroom.
Oh, so she's trying to probably learn like a 10-piece. She's about 10-cent piece of candy.
Yeah, but then she ends up buying a lot. So she's like, ooh, some chips, trying on some glasses. She's having like a whole little minty montage. And the guy at the end of it is like, okay, that's $47. I don't know what the hell she was trying to buy. And then Roxy has the money. She's like, Jane, can I have your money, please? Because we need to pay for this. And I'm like, why does Roxy... I guess maybe she had a job, but $47 is a lot of money for a high schooler. Yeah. To just be like slinging out. Right. I'm like, $47, baby, I got $50 for you. That's like half my bank account. You just be throwing away $50. I didn't have $50 for you. Like, what? Excuse me? $50? But I guess her dad is a doctor, so they probably... Why do they both just have loads of money? I don't know what Roxy's not doing.
Well, they don't have loads of money. Roxy ain't got no money. That's why she asked her sister for $47.
Right, they should, because her dad's a doctor.
Oh, I guess.
And their mom is dead. Like he should be just
life insurance policy should definitely be a good amount. And
he should feel guilty about that, and he should be giving them money.
Well, he probably does give Roxy money, and she probably blows it all.
She probably doesn't have
and you know, friggin' Jane already has a 401k in a mutual fund invested. And she stocks and bonds.
Exactly. She probably does.
We got a short-term bond, long-term bond, and an emergency account.
There you go. Probably does. Mm-hmm. But as she's about to pay, because, Roxy doesn't have any money, she realizes that she doesn't have any money either. She also doesn't have her day planner, which has her speech in it, has her money, has her lifeline in it.
Girl, where she left the planner?
She left it in the frickin' limo.
Oh, Lord.
So...
Now we gotta find...
Now we have to figure all this out.
The limo, man.
So, they, 1, don't have these all-important things that they need to get around New York. 2, she looks like crap. And 3, like, what are we gonna do?
Right.
So, they decide to, like, okay, let's go clean up, at least. Like, we need to, like...
Let's go gather ourselves.
Yeah, let's go gather ourselves.
Look presentable.
Oh, okay, before I go there... So limo guy also like gets another call from his. He goes to see his mom and tell her he lost the chip.
Mm-hmm.
We find out that this microchip has like all.
Did you just say microchip?
Microchip.
There we go.
Excuse me. You said things wrong too.
Words are hard.
This microchip.
She said microchip.
Microchip because he's tripping over the micros.
This microchip.
Yes. This
microchip.
I'm just keep saying it wrong for the rest of the show. Anyway, has pirated movies and songs on it.
Seriously?
Yes.
Bootleg movies? That's the...
So how they make their money is
they sell bootleg movies.
They give that to the people in Hong Kong, and then they make copies of it and they sell it, and she said they make millions off of it. And this is our business, and we need that Michael Kors.
That Michael Kors trip.
Yeah,
we need it.
Yeah. So stop playing, go get it. So this is high stakes for them. So he really needs to get this back, and I'm sure that he has some pressure on as being the number one adopted son,
the adopted child.
Yeah, number one. Okay, so the girls are, trying to get clean, and Roxy, of course, is leading this charge to sneaking into a hotel room.
Oh.
So they go up to this fancy hotel. This guy's like, "Do you guys staying here?" And she's like, "Oh, we're here with the band." And he's like, "Oh yeah, okay, go in." Or whatever. So they go up to like
what's that fancy hotel in New York? That girl was about to say the Tipton Hotel.
Let's see, fancy.
It's gonna be the first one that pops up, but don't say what it is. I already know it. The Plaza.
The Plaza Hotel.
Yes.
Ooh. Oh my God! Guess how much a night it is right now? I've never seen something so high
at the Plaza.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Was it like $800?
It closed.
Higher or
lower? A little lower.
$700?
$777 right now
for one night at the Plaza.
The Ritz-Carlton, New York Central Park is $865 a night.
Oh my God!
Is it a regular room? It better be. It's probably like I need it to be.
That's not sweet. That's regular. And then hotel rooms in New York are so tiny.
Disgusting.
They're oh my goodness.
I don't really like New York.
That's fair.
It's
not for everybody.
I really don't. It's just a lot.
There's a lot going on
and it's so small.
One time, you remember how I went to New York in December?
Yeah.
I was on the subway. Uh-huh. There's some crazy stuff that'll happen on the subway. Right. First of all, did you hear about that man who shot 10 people? Craziness.
I didn't even know people in New York could have guns. Can I say that? Is that weird?
That's a weird thought that you thought people in New York didn't have guns.
I don't know. Just don't do stuff like that in New York. They'll be shooting random people. Subways.
There's crime everywhere.
Yeah, I know.
Does New York have
mass shootings?
Mass shootings? Not that I know of.
Is this like
not recently. I guess that's considered one.
Yeah, definitely. But I feel like they don't really have mass shootings like talking about it. Anyway, but what were you about to say?
So, anyway, basically the point of the story was this crazy stuff and crazy people live in New York.
Yeah. No,
and I was on the subway when I was out there in December. I was getting off on Canal Street, and there's this tiny little, cute little Asian lady, and she had a cart full of live frogs.
What?
And she was just hustling and bustling. I don't know what her intention were with these live frogs, but it was a crate as big as her. She was so tiny, and the crate was bigger than her, and she was just these frogs. They were toads, and they were all jam packed in a little. I was like, this is the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
That is so crazy.
She was.
I wonder if there's like ingredients for a restaurant. She was saying like we're gonna fry the frog legs.
I don't know, Jordan. That seems kind of racist, but maybe. I don't know what intent. I don't know. Do people eat frog? Is that a food?
I feel like maybe I don't know if it's definitely a southern thing. Down in
frogs.
Bum freaking Egypt of Louisiana, they eat frog legs on tea.
Maybe so.
And like
I don't know. I guess what else could you do? What else could you do with frogs besides cook them? I guess she has been trying to cook them frogs.
I mean, if she's bringing to the restaurant, they need like fresh frogs. I don't know.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, them things is alive.
Maybe she just likes frogs. That's her pets. But I don't know why she would keep... If she liked those frogs, she wouldn't keep them like that. Because that seems like uncomfortable for the frogs, if I had to guess. Maybe she has a pond that she plans to like... Maybe she rescued the frogs. And she's bringing them to a new home.
Maybe so.
Yeah, that's what we're going to go with.
It was disgusting, though.
What if they were like... Princess, Tiana. And, maybe she's a witch.
Maybe she's distributing the frogs to little girls, and for $50 a pop, you can kiss a frog and it'll turn into a prince.
Yeah, she's a witch.
She's a fairy godmother.
She's a witch, and who's ever mean to her on the subway, she turns them
into
a
frogs.
And she carries them.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, watch out, girl.
That actually feels believable for New York City.
It does. You want to watch out, girl.
Girl.
Anywho, I forgot what was that. Okay, so how do we even get to the subway thing?
Oh my god, I don't even remember.
Because they're going to a hotel. How do we get to the
subway? Oh yeah, we're talking about the plaza. And we're like, how much is it
how
night?
New York is. And
yeah.
Okay, yes.
You're like, I don't like it.
Yeah, you were like, crazy stuff happens. Anywho, so they have this bright idea to sneak into a hotel. Roxy's, of course, is leading this charge. Mm-hmm. They go up to a random floor, and they watch a lady leave her room. As she's about to get on the elevator, and it closes, Roxy, as the door's closing,
the drumstick.
She gets that drumstick out, and she catches the door with her drumstick right before it closes, and Roxy goes in. She's like, "Woohoo! Good job, me!" And then Jane's a little like, "Oh, I cannot do this. I cannot do this. I cannot do this." But she sees herself in the mirror. And she's like, "I need to do this,"
because she looks horrible.
She looks horrible. She looks so gross. She's got that blue slush on her. She's wearing white. She has a big important venom.
She's got New York City street juice all over her. Ooh, I bet they smell so bad.
They have to at least smell like liquor. So they're in there. They go to the bathroom, to start showering, and in there's a dog.
Oh,
do you remember this dog?
That ugly little dog.
It's like gray, is hairless, except it has like maybe hair around its neck
and its ears or something.
Its ears and its legs.
Oh,
yeah, or its feet or its ankles. Do dogs have ankles? His little ankles. It's a real ugly dog. But I think throughout the movie, we all grow to love it.
Do we?
We do. It would make. I think that kind of dog would be in a perfect like animated dog in like a Disney princess movie.
Yeah.
It's like that kind of dog.
But if I saw that dog in reality, I would honestly want to kick it. Like, literally get away from me. The dog is hideous.
They don't like it. And I think the only reason they hang out with it is because it gets something they need. But anywho. So they're in there showering. Of course, what do people do when they rent a hotel room that they have? They use it. And then someone walks into the hotel room that their mom paid for. And introduces, his name in the movie is Trey Lipton, and he's played by Jared Pacadelic.
I have no idea. The dude from Supernatural.
Supernatural Sam. Mm-hmm. From now on, we will be referring to him as Hot Boy number 2. Hot guy number 2.
And he's also in Gilmore Girls.
Yes.
What else is he in? House of Wax.
Oh, God. You've never seen that. Why'd you even say that?
I just know he's in it for whatever reason.
Why? That's so weird. You don't like scary movies. I'm surprised you said that.
But I feel like that's one of...
That's a big movie.
Out of the, the cult classics of Halloween teen movies.
Right. He's apparently in Friday the 13th. I'm not sure if he's
in that one too.
It says it on here. I'm not sure if he's a big character in it because I can't remember if he
Never seen it.
But he's in a new show since 2021 called The Walker. Or Walker, excuse me. So you should check it out. But from now on, we refer to him as Hot Guy number 2.
Can we do Hot Guy? He has brown hair, so can we do Hot Guy with brown hair and then Hot Guy with blonde hair? You're really just dead set on number 1 and 2. I guess
I haven't pictured out of my mind, but he's for Roxy,
right?
Yeah, I mean he's the second hot guy we saw. Should be easy.
That should be enough for you.
Enough to remember. Hot guy number 2 walks into his freaking dream. There's Roxy on the bed with the like robe on, and like she does this like hair flip, and in the movie it's that song, hey baby, hey, girl sing. Hey, you know that song? Hey baby, hey.
No, I actually don't.
Okay, that song is playing. So it's like he
just walks into this hotel room and here's this hot, beautiful chick flipping her hair. It's like she's all wet out of the shower.
It's like a slow motion thing, and then he sees Roxy, and then Jane comes out the room,
and then
he's like, twins,
right? Yes.
Twins. And she's also in a towel too, and he's like, "Is it my birthday?" And they're like, "Oh my god!" They start freaking out because there's someone in the room.
Right? They've been.
I mean, they're
in his
room. Exactly. They just got caught. Sorry, my leg. So they quickly explain everything to him, a really quick summary of why they need to sneak into the hotel and what happened. Oh, also, I should mention, I skipped the scene. Right before they shower, limo guy calls one of the girls.
Oh, okay.
And he's like,
I have your planner.
You said it just like him. That's exactly how he says it.
I don't know why I knew he was going to do it.
Exactly how he says it. That's exactly how he says it. He's like, I have your planner. Give me my chip. And they're like so confused. Because Jane's on the phone. She's like, Roxy, did you take these man's chips? She's like, I didn't eat his chips. And she's like, my sister said she didn't eat your chips. He's like, no,
we don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he's like, he said my microbiological chippers.
Come again? Try that again?
Microchip. I was microbiological chippers. He's like, you have a microchip. Give it back. They're like, oh, fine. And Roxy finds it in her purse, and she's like, okay, yeah, we'll come give you your chip back. Let's meet up. But I want my planner and everything. That's my lifeline. Yeah. So she finds the chip. Roxy in her purse. She sits it down. Do you remember what she sits it down into? She like pulls it out and she puts it in something. Do you remember what she puts it into? So stupid.
Doggy food?
She puts it in like pedophores or something. Like little snacks.
Why does she do that?
I don't know. It's like she has like a tray of food in front of her, like little tiny little food servings, like little desserts, and she puts it in one of them.
As a placeholder?
Just stupid. Just the dumbest thing.
There's no sense whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and sum it up. The dog freaking eats it,
right?
Obviously, and then so hot guy number 2 has walked in. They explain everything to him, and then she's like, oh, "We'll be right over here. We just have to bring this guy this chip." And he's like, "Well, I just saw the dog eat the chip. So what y'all gonna do?" And then so while they're freaking out, like, "Oh my god, we need this chip. We need this chip." Mom's come home.
Oh, she's coming up.
The lady who owns the room, hot guy number 2's mother,
right?
Who's also apparently the senator of, I forgot, maybe New York, but a senator. Wow. She's a senator. So Jane's freaking out because she's like, "Oh my god, important people. I'm like an important person. I want to be
going to Columbia.
Yeah, I want to be a senator. Oh my god, I'm freaking out." So they're like, "Oh my god, we need to get this chip out of the dog." They're like shaking the dog. Jane and Roxy are throwing the dog back and forth.
I'm weak.
Hot guy number 2 gets into the throw. They're like, "Ew, I don't want it. You take it. I don't want it. Ow, he bit me. You take it." They throw it one more time. They throw it at Jane, who's standing in front of an open window. She ducks. The dog goes out the window. At first, I was like, "Oh my god, how does this dog survive these falls?"
Right.
Because I was like, "There's no way." But he lands onto the windowsill, not the windowsill, the
awning or something.
Yeah.
Like the little things that be on top of the stuff.
No, they're like on the side of the building.
Okay,
like the windowsill, not like an awning,
like a balcony.
Like they're climbing on the side of like.
Oh, like the edge of the window,
yeah,
like the little like
the little strip that's outside of whatever for whatever reason. So the dog is walking on the edge of the building.
Okay.
They have to go out there, because Jane's like, "I need this dog," so she's the first one to go out there and like climbs on she's like, "Come back here, doggy." And then Roxy follows her because Mom's coming in and they're in her room. I mean, I guess at that point they could have came up with the little things like, "Oh, your son wanted to have sex with us." I don't know.
Yeah, you really could have just been like, "Mom, these are my girlfriends. Yeah,
these are my friends. They need a place to shower."
Like, okay, you would have looked like little tramps for a moment in time, but who cares?
Yeah, there's something better than like going out on a window and possibly dying and have to explain to your dad why your sister's dead.
Right.
Anywho, so they're climbing out the window. Of course, there's like a little, I forgot what we call them, a little window cleaning little thing. For people who clean the windows, they go for those little things, little square boxes. Mm-hmm. They hop onto that, and it takes them down. And then halfway down, they stop at a window, and guess who's in the window? Suit. You see Suit again. Yeah, he's like freaking out. He's like, he's like them again.
Right.
They see Suit for a brief moment, and then they go back down to the bottom floor, and they're like, I can't believe you survived
Inches before hitting the ground.
Yes. I should also mention they're still in towels.
Oh, they're still in rows.
Yeah, they're still in rows and towels, and they're like, out into the streets of New York, basically half naked. They were going to leave the dog at one point, but they decided to take the dog with them because they need the dog for the chip because she needs to get her stuff back. And
I'm surprised he was so willing to let the dog's on. Never mind.
Yeah. The dog's just.
I was like, why would he let them have the dog? But...
No, yeah. No, they ran after the dog. Even the mom comes back in the room. She's like, "Where's my dog?" He's like, "Oh, I took it to the groomer." She's like, "Okay, thank you, baby." So that's the mom's excuse. Because I was like, "What?" I forgot. I was like, "How are they gonna get out of this one?"
Right.
But so the girls are down there. Jane runs into hot guy number 1 again. Her crush, bike guy. He's on a bike. He's always on a bike. That's his thing.
He's got to be like a mailman or something. Or a delivery guy.
He's got to be. And it's also very weird. I kind of see how they run into hot guy number 2 all the time. Because while they're upstairs, she also mentions like she's going to this concert. The little
Roxy's
music video.
To the concert,
right.
And he's going?
He's going wherever she going, girl. Because he's like following. He's like trying to find her. So he knows like that's where they go. But bike guy, he's randomly running into Jane all the time.
It's fate.
It's weird. I give you 1, I give you 2, but they run into each other like 4 times. I'm like,
right, New York City. Like, how often do you run into somebody 3 times?
Yeah,
in New York City?
Exactly. So they run off. I don't know why they like were running like they were trying to escape him. Because I'm pretty sure hot guy number 2 could have helped them because he was looking for them. He went downstairs looking for them, but they were like trying to run away. I'm not sure why because it's not like
because they're stealing his dog.
I guess so. But I feel like he seemed very open to the fact that they were in his hotel room. He seemed very chill about it. Yeah. So I think he would have helped them. But anyway, so they run off and they're like running around. It's like a montage of them running around the streets of New York with their towels. And then we get a little snippet of Bob Saget.
R.I.P.
I know. He's like,
why is he in there? I forgot Full House. Duh.
Yeah, but he's like in there. He's like, huh. He's like sees them walking by with the robes. He's like, that's weird. But he's playing himself.
Oh, he's playing Bob Saget.
He's playing him. Yeah, he's playing Bob Saget as Bob Saget. He's just like, that's strange in New York City. Why are these girls running around naked? I mean, they have a towel on, but But I mean, they're in the movie because Full House. I was like, oh, that's so cute.
That is adorable.
It's all these people making like appearances in their little movie. So what happens? Let's see what happens. So they are. Okay, yes. So they are running around New York City naked. They find a guy selling I Heart New York t-shirts. Do you have this outfit?
Isn't he like an underwear or something like that?
No. Oh, no. When they buy the clothes.
Oh, yeah.
They wear like a little red skirt. And they have like a white shirt in red. It says I love New York. Okay. NYC or NY.
I Heart NYC.
Yeah. And at this point, they're both wearing the outfit. I'm like, ooh, I cannot tell y'all apart anymore. From here on out.
Son,
apart.
Those two, like, I feel like other twins in life and in Hollywood, you can tell apart, like Zach and Cody or Dylan Cole Sprouse. Like, you can look at them and you can easily tell them apart. Those two, never in my life have I ever, even now, like, never in my life have I ever been able to tell them apart. They are so identical, it's crazy. Yeah. Because, like, even with identical twins, there's always just, like, a little something that, like, sets them apart. It's like, oh, she has this, and then she has that, so you can tell them apart. Yeah. Nope. Not with them. Couldn't. Which one's Mary Kate? Which one's Ashley? Don't ask me because I don't know.
And then once they start wearing the same outfit, it's over. It's over for me.
It was over for me from when they came out the womb. Yeah. They were so identical.
So I can only tell them apart when they're characters at this point. But I wonder if they came on set and it's like, I want to play Roxy today. You can play Jane today.
Yeah, maybe so.
Because I feel like casting wouldn't even know.
Right.
So they wear these outfits and...
Tia and Tamara. You can tell them... Sorry. I was trying to think of other examples. Like, you can tell them apart. Tamara looks so different from Tia.
I kind of forget that they're twins.
Right.
I literally see them as two separate whole people.
Because they're also completely different. Yeah. Well, not completely different. Yeah. Well, and sister, they were completely different. Yeah. What's up with that? In all
What's up with that?
Twin-related avenues, they always have to be complete opposite. Like
twins in general?
Like, no, just like on any twin show, like where
when in reality they're not different.
Like Zach and Cody,
yeah,
like they were completely opposite. Sister, they were completely opposite. Yeah. Even in The Parent Trap, they were played by the same person, but they were completely opposite. She was British and American.
You have to be able to tell them apart. But I feel like only the twins I know are pretty much the same.
I don't know any twins in real life.
You do know one.
Who?
One said Dion and
Dion and Jennifer. Yeah. I feel like they're actually kind of opposite. Jennifer's a little bit more outspoken, I think, than Dion. Yeah.
Huh. I guess so.
I think Dion's a little bit more shy. But anywho.
Yeah. Or was I? So
They have on the New York outfit.
Yes.
So we can't tell them
and
apart.
at this point, Jane's like, okay, I'm sick of these shenanigans. I gotta get back on course. You go to your little music video, little girl, and I'm gonna go meet up with this guy by myself to get the chip back. So to get the chip to him, so I get my planner. And Jane's like, why are we splitting up? Like, I want to be with you. And Jane's like, no,
I got enough of you.
Roxy's like, why are we splitting up? And Jane's like, girl, bye.
I've had enough.
Yes. Ever since you showed up, it's been chaos.
Mm-hmm.
You're causing this. Yes or no, but and she's like, let's split up. And Jane's like, So
do they have that fight yet?
this is not a big fight. They kind of had this is their first like tiff. But it's not big. It's just like, okay, I guess we're going our separate ways, whatever.
Okay.
So Jane meets up with the limo guy by herself. Not sure why she decides to do this. So unsafe. He like puts her in the back of the limo. He's like, "Where's the chip?" And she's like, "Here's the dog." And he's like, "What?" She explains that the dog ate the chip. He's like, "Give me the chip, dog." He like shake the dog. The dog pees on him, and he gets pissed off. And then Jane and the dog run off. It doesn't go well. She doesn't get her planner back. He doesn't get his chip back. Just another scary moment she can write down in her books when she's 30. She look back. She's like, "That wasn't a good idea." That's that moment.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but Roxy has made it to the music video. She has a backstage pass.
How she got a backstage pass?
And she's just ready. But not a backstage pass. She has a pass to be on set for this music video. I guess she just like, I don't know, applied for it.
Okay.
But she's like ready to go there. She's going there right before she like goes on to the set because she had to have like passes to get on there. She sees hot guy number 2. He's looking for his dog.
Supernatural. Brunette one. Okay.
The second hot guy we met. Come on. When I say hot guy number 1, I'm always going to mention a bike. Because it always makes it important. So, hot guy number 2, he's there. He's like, "Where's my dog?" And she's like, "It's coming. Don't worry about it. Like, it's with my sister." And they have to split up because she's going backstage. He doesn't have a pass, blah, blah, blah. Like, but who's also there because he's following her every move in her life.
Where he been at? We have heard about him since the beginning.
Cop guy. I mean, you see him every now and then. There's one point where early in the movie, he's like at his apartment and it's very like
sad.
It's sad, but it's very like investigator vibes. Like he's like a private eye. Like he has like pictures of her on the wall, and he's like looking over
with a magnifying glass,
like, looking over her results and stuff, and like finding her. But they show him every now and again, like, "Oh, I see where you're going." But he finally he's at the music video. He knows she's going to be there. He's in the crowd looking for her. So he's in the crowd. She's in the crowd. The band has started playing. I think they're called Simple Life. I don't know if it's a real band or not. Simple Plan. Is it a real band? I think it is a real band. Yeah, it is a real band.
Oh, really? Are they any good?
They're in "I'm Just a Kid."
I was just about to say, I was like,
I'm just a
they have a song that I
Yes.
know. I was like, I know this name.
Yeah. They're very 2000s. Perfect of the time. But they play their songs. It's like right on brand. Roxy's in the audience. She's having the time of her life, and she's jamming. And then she sees like, so earlier her manager was like, "You know who the guy you need to talk to get the CD to, because they'll be doing like these old school dances." And I was like, "That's not what you." And I was like, "Y'all are being polite because it's the
Wait, what?
The manager is like telling her, "You need to give the CD to you know who the execs are. There'd be the guys with these old school dance moves, and that's how you know who the managers are." Or whatever.
I see.
But I'm like, it's the 40-year-old white man in suits at a concert for like 16-year-olds. Obviously. She's like, oh, and she like sees them doing old school. She's like, oh, that's them. I was like, there's a lot of things that
she's like, look for the dance.
Yeah, and she was like, that's them. And I was like, okay, there was a lot of signs for sure. So she goes to see them.
A lot of signs.
Yeah, she goes to see them on stage, and she's like, hey. Sorry, she makes it seem so easy. She's like, hey, I'm in a band. Here's our demo. And they're like, oh, I like the cover art. We'll give it a go. And she's like, it's like very like smiles, and that's the end of the interaction. She makes it seem so easy. They're like, oh yeah, we're gonna listen to it. And that was that. And she was like, yay, I did it.
Success.
Yeah.
Success.
That was easy. Because it was easy. I was like,
wait, that was literally it?
That was the exchange of the giving her demo to these people. It was like literally 5 seconds. They were like, totally, dude, we're going to listen to it. But soon after this high that she's having, boom, the cop right behind her. He's there. He's like, oh, I've been looking for you, girl. You're under, I don't even know what his jurisdiction is. Like, can he arrest her?
You're under juvie.
Yeah. Can he want to arrest her? I guess it's not state lines, but can you be traveling minors around cities and what, you gonna put her in the back of your car?
Right.
What? Creeper. There's a lot, the men in these movies are very creepy. Like, underliningly doing very creepy stuff, and they just like,
their behaviors are very questionable.
Yeah, it's like, you just can't do that.
Maybe he will turn her into the authorities. Maybe he'll take her. But who goes to jail for skipping school? So yeah, what is the end game here?
I feel like
once you catch her, okay, now what?
She gets expelled. I don't know.
Right.
The dad gets fined. I don't even know. Like, what? Like, dude, get a life, man. So, boom, 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 boom. So she runs away from him by doing the old. He flies down. And he's like, looks down, and she like runs off. And she's like she's actually on stage while they're performing, like behind them. She's like awkwardly trying to like, woo. And then so while that's all going on, Jane has made it to the music video, and she's like, Roxy, I see you on stage. She just so naturally gets on stage. Basically, the bodyguards put her on stage. You know, just like a hole in the movie. Just like, roll. Just ease. Gets on stage. And she's with her sister. So they're like, okay, we have to go. Cops on like the left side of the stage. And on the right side of the stage is limo guy.
The cop, like the
cop.
The rent-a-cop?
The rent-a-cop.
Okay.
Yes. The guy after Roxy.
Yeah.
Is on the left side of the stage. And the guy after Jane is on the right side of the stage, limo guy. So they're like, oh crap, how are we gonna get out of the situation?
They crowd surf,
man. Roxy's like, follow me. She like takes her hand. It's like, woo, we're jumping to the crowd. So they crowd surf out of there, man. The cop tries to do the same thing. Of course,
doesn't work.
Yeah, of course, drop him. But the girls escape. And while outside, hot guy number 2 is still looking for his love of his life, Roxy, because he's not letting go. He's like really following her. And limo guy so happens, I don't know if
I wonder why he's interested in Roxy and not Jane. They look the exact same.
Right. I don't know. I guess that was the first one he saw was Roxy. For love at first sight, you know?
It's a vibe thing.
Yeah, it's a vibe. So I don't know why he was talking about Roxy or like how he said his name, but limo guy knows that hot guy number 2 is looking for Roxy. And he's like, oh, I know where your friend is. Come with me. So, but like, we know he's trying to like steal him or like use him as leverage. He steals him. So while limo guy lies and takes hot guy number 2, the girls are running off, and the cop is fresh on their tail. They're like running through the streets of New York, and he's like right behind them. And they're like, okay, we have to like get away from him. There's a tent right there. Let's hop in that tent. So when they hop in the tent, it's actually just covering a manhole. So they fall inside of a manhole, which it leads them to the sewer or the tunnels of New York City.
Oh my god.
While they're in there. So like literally in the tunnels.
This is just the twins in the tunnel?
Yes.
Okay.
Like in like the sewer, like underneath New York City.
They're under the ground.
Yeah, underground.
They're out there with the rats.
Yeah. So while they're down there to make
the thought.
Jane's grossed out. They're just like, we're in the sewer, and then Roxy, positive vibes, is like, well, that sign says, look, we're in a water main instead. We're not actually in the sewage pipes. And I'm like, I don't know if that's better. I would be freaked out. Are they not alligators?
The rats are down there regardless.
To me, alligators are in there. Right? I don't know.
No. Huh?
I guess it's like a myth, but I believe it. Like, there's alligators in the tunnels. All it takes is one person to take a baby alligator and put it in the sewer and see what happens.
This girl thinking the Teenage Ninja Turtles.
No,
down there.
Even worse. Not fun. Not fun. Ninja Turtles. Gross. Actual ones that would eat you. Yeah.
Leonardo down there.
Yes. So while they're down there, Roxy's like, actually, I'm having a fun time. Like, I'm really excited to hang out with you. Like, we never. like I'm really like positive.
Heart to heart moment.
Yeah, she's like being real positive. She's like, we never get to hang out anymore.
This is so much fun.
You're always busy. Blah 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 blah. Jane's like, like I guess. But yeah, Jane's not really seeing the positive vibes of things, but Roxy is. You can tell like she really misses her sister, but yeah. So they're like, I guess like down there's like little numbers that tell you like where the tunnel, the next manhole goes up to. So they see a sign that says they're at I don't know, whatever street needs to be on, 76th Street. Right. She's like, oh, I got you to Columbia. I got you 10 blocks off for Columbia. We're almost there. So they take it up. And I'm just going to assume they're
take what up?
The manhole. Oh. The ladder up from the manhole.
Okay.
Because they think they're close to Columbia. So they take it up.
Girl, they in Harlem.
Girl, they in the Bronx.
Girl, y'all in the hood.
Like, right.
You in the hood now, baby.
So they take it up. And she's like, no, we're 76th Street North, not South, or whatever the compass takes you. So they're in the opposite direction of what they need to be, but they're in the hood. And they're like, oh, what are we going to do now? So they climb out of the sewage hole and the manhole, and lo and behold, who's right on their tail? Cop guy. Because he talked to one of the sewage people, and he was like, where does this tunnel take people? And God tells him, he's like, it's gonna take you that way, because that's how that goes. So they see him out, so they like scurry into, I think the not the restaurant, the shop was called Bling. So they take it, they're in there, and they look gross again because they have like sewage all over them, right? And the shop owner and they like walk in there like, oops, sorry, wrong store. And the shop owner was like, no, you guys can't exit leaving my shop looking like that. She tells her son to take him to the back.
Take him to the back. Deshaun, take him to the back.
Something like that, right. So, right before they like go to the back, Jane looks at the time and has a panic attack and has a mental breakdown. And they start.
What time the speech for?
I guess in like 2 hours. I don't know, something like that. And they start. Do you remember they start singing the "Itsy Bitsy Spider Go Up the"? They all like do it as a down splash. To like calm her down. Apparently that calms her down. So they all do that as a shop thing. And then they tell the shop owner their sob story, how she needs to be somewhere, blah blah blah. And the shop owner takes pity on them. And then they have a fashion montage.
Outfit after outfit after outfit after outfit.
It's like hood outfits. They serve it's camp. They're serving looks. They don't know what to do with. The girls are like, ooh, what is this? But they look.
Said it's camp.
It's camp.
Ghetto camp. It was given.
It was given.
Hood camp.
Some of them are like, okay, this is a lot. And some of these are like, okay, that's cute. I think they may have their like acrylic nails done. If I stand corrected, I could be wrong.
Girl,
but they were like,
not they did the press on acrylics.
Yes, they had the big hair, did the disco looks. Even the dog got a makeover, girl. And they were like doing some like dances, and I was like, oh my god, y'all are so stiff. Y'all can't dance.
So rhythmless. Yes, I'm sure.
So eventually they decide on an outfit. And it's a little crazy, but it's not too crazy. It's all right. And before they leave, they actually do like a little, not like a bend and snap, but kind of like a little leg dip. And I was like, okay, they're trying to be like, bring it on. They just like always take little things. Yeah. So they're ready to go. They leave the shop, and cop guys found them again. And he sees them. He's like, freeze! A cop, officer, whatever. And all the black people in the area, they put their hands up. And then he says something. He's like, oh, you're not even a real cop. And they all like continue walking. But they tell the shop owner, like, oh, that guy's after us. We gotta go. Can we have a ride? Do you know a cab somewhere? And she's like, oh, my son's a cab driver.
Do you know a cab somewhere? You're in New York.
I don't know. Something like that. They were like,
we
need a ride. And she offers her son. He's like, oh, he's a cab driver. He'll take y'all. But he's on the phone. He's like, I'm busy, Ma. And she was like, just give me your car keys. And she gives them the car keys to the son's cab. I was like, no, this is wild.
The math isn't mathing.
How he gonna find
How do you think you're gonna get the cab back, ma'am?
Right. You know how big New York is? It's somewhere.
Well, that's madness.
Yes. So I'm sure.
Sake of the storyline.
Right. So they hop in the car. For whatever reason, Jane hops in the driver's seat and Roxy's in passenger. This whole time, I mean, we only see them drive once, but Roxy's the driver.
And Jane can't drive.
Yes.
It's the one thing she can't do,
Yes,
right?
it's the one thing she can't do. While they hop in the taxi, cop guy takes over a RV driven by a lovely couple from Minnesota.
We're from Minnesota.
They say we're from Minnesota.
We're from up north.
To see the Big Apple.
We're here to see the Big Apple. We're
So
from
nice.
Minnesota.
They're like really excited to have a true New York experience. I don't even know that's Minnesota. That seems like something
it started
Minnesota. I had to practice it. I'm sorry. I mean,
Minnesota.
honestly, Minnesota just sounds like it is like foreign. I'm like, is that even American?
I mean, they're literally right next to Canada.
Yeah.
They're basically Canadian
Right.
accents.
So the girls are in a high-speed chase. So like trying to get away from him. Jane's driving. She reveals to her sister that, you know, while she did pass the written part of the driver's thing, she did not pass the driving aspect of it. She failed and she really can't drive. And Roxy is shocked to hear this. Because
Not you failed at something,
she's like,
Jane.
I wish you'd have told me if I put you in the driver's seat. I thought we was good.
That really goes to show how disconnected they are, because why are you unaware of the fact that your sister does or does not have a driver's license?
Well, I guess, I don't know. But also part of it, so Roxy has a car, Jane does not. Roxy bought herself a car, which, another thing, I'm like, why are you buying yourself a car? Your dad's a doctor. Like, stop. I guess he's trying to be a good dad. Like, stop playing. Like, ain't nobody's kid has a doctor as a dad. And he's like, go out and buy your own Beetle. I was like, if you don't have that girl in a Ferrari, not a Ferrari, but like a Infinity or something.
Right.
What's that? Oh, what's that car that someone had? My school had
an Audi.
An Audi. That was when I was in high school. One of the girls in my high school had an Audi.
Well, that's disgusting.
It was. I was like, not you got an Audi. And I don't really remember the girl, but I was like, not you got an Audi, girl. But that's what they need to be driving, an Audi, okay?
Right.
Your dad did. No, your dad did. Your dad's a doctor. Your mama's dead, and y'all need an Audi. And so Roxy has a car. Jane didn't have a car because she wanted to save for her future, college and stuff. So that was her excuse of why she doesn't drive.
Oh.
So maybe.
But even like if you literally failed your driving test, that is something that I would have known about the day of.
Right.
Why are you just like, oh, by the way, twin sister, I failed my driving test.
Yes, I don't know how to drive. BT dubs. Oh my god, I just had this strangest feeling. You know, today's Friday.
Yeah.
And I feel like I have to go to school tomorrow because I have to go to work tomorrow.
You feel like you have to go to school tomorrow?
I have to go to work tomorrow.
You have to go to work tomorrow?
Right? Isn't that disgusting?
On a Saturday?
It's disgusting. And actually into the office. They asked us, I mean, this is the first time they forced us all tax season.
Foul.
It's so foul. They were like, she was like, y'all can do it in shifts, but we need at least one person here from 9 to 1.
So you going there from 9 to 1?
No. There's 5 of us. So we're doing shifts. So like I'm gonna do like 9 to. I really don't feel like working no more. So hopefully, at the max 11. But if I can be out at about 10, that'd be nice.
Yeah, if there's 5 of y'all, how many hours is 9 to 1? That's 5 hours, huh?
Yeah, I don't have to work all of them. They just need someone.
I'm about to say y'all need to do an hour each.
Yeah, we could, but I don't know if we got it figured out like that.
Maybe you come in on a Saturday. Jordan is a tax accountant, and the tax deadline, as some of you may know, is April 15th. Well, really Monday.
Yeah.
So that's why she got to come in and work on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's crazy. Anywho, but yeah.
Anywho, what I forgot where it was. I had a glimpse of like, because I saw the time and I was like, I have to go to work tomorrow. It's 10 o'clock. Okay.
Wow.
So yeah, she's failed her driving test. They're on the run. They're in a taxi. Someone mistakes them for a real taxi. Guess who it is?
Okay. Oh, Suit.
Suit hops in the car and he's like, not you guys again. Mm-hmm. He can't get out because, you know, the light has turned green. They have to go because
right.
Cop guy and his RV and his couple of the Minnesotas are right behind them, and they have to get going. Mm-hmm. So they're driving, they're swerving, they're maneuvering. Mm-hmm. She's driving crazy. Suit guy in the back is like, oh my god, I just want to survive this. Jane comes with this brilliant idea to back into like this alley where the taxi can fit, but the limo gets not the limo.
Oh,
the RV gets stuck, and it gets stuck there. And then Roxy's happy because she's evaded the cop again. They make eyes, and she's like, "Ha ha ha!
You'll never catch me.
Never catch me.
Catch me if you can."
Right. Also, I forgot to mention this earlier when they were at the bodega, because Roxy she's on top of her skipping school stuff. Like, she's got it figured out. She's like Ferris Bueller style. Oh, that's what I also wanted to mention. That this is very Ferris Bueller.
Oh yeah, it is.
Because like in their movie, the principal is like trying to hunt down Ferris Bueller and prove that they're a bad guy.
I wonder if this is Ferris Bueller inspired.
I feel like a lot of stuff. I'm just like, oh, that reminds me of this. Oh, that reminds me of that. Mm-hmm. But so he called her dad on the house phone and like left the message like, your so-and-so daughter's missing, blah blah blah. Roxy's ahead of the game. She's already deleted it from the voicemail. She's like, not today, boy. Because they both know who each other are.
Yeah.
So
she knows him.
She knows who he is, and right? Because yeah.
Gotcha.
Because this is not her first run around the block. Anywho, so back to the evading. So they make eyes. Roxy once again has gotten away from the cop guy. I'm not sure if he doesn't have a camera because it just seems like he just took a picture of her and like prove something to someone from there. So they find a parking spot in New York City, the end of their thing, and they get off the car and they get into a fight. Roxy's like, I'm sick of this. No, Jane's like, I'm sick of this, blah, blah, blah. So it basically all goes back to the death of their mother.
Right.
Jane feels basically that since their mom died, she kind of... So Roxy says, since mom died, you think you're the mom now. You think you could... Right. You're so important. Jane's like, well, I had to be.
Someone had to step up.
Yeah, someone had to step up. And it's like, someone had to step up. You're a bum.
You're literally an oxygen thief. You're a waste of oxygen.
But Roxy's saying, like, you pushed me away since mom died, blah, blah, blah. And then Jane's like, well, I'm mad because literally dad can't give me a lick of attention because every time I have an event or every time something happened to me, he has to go deal with you because you have a
school.
Right, you have a parent-teacher conference or you're in detention or he needs to go bail you out of something. And it's like...
Wow.
Like, she's like, I never get a moment to myself because...
It's all surrounded by you.
Yeah, your actions have consequences. And then, that kind of starts like some like passive aggressiveness. So, but it all leads back to the death of her mom. So
ever since mom died.
Yeah. So, once again, they split up. I'm not even sure how... I don't even know how they keep finding each other because they have a cell phone, but it doesn't feel like they're using it. I don't know. So...
Doesn't feel like they're using it.
Okay, so I don't know if Jane goes to seek out the limo guy again or if they just run into each other, but for whatever reason she finds the limo guy again and she like goes up to him to talk to him for whatever reason. Like literally last time it didn't go well. Why are you trying to talk to him now again? He's like, haha, puts her into... She's like, ha 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 ha. He's like, let's talk. He's like, no, we're not talking. He puts her into a dirty clothes bin, real Annie style. You know what I'm talking about? Like
it's the Hard Knock Life.
Yeah, industrial size waste basket for clothes bin. He like throws it in there.
Why does he have access to that?
Just does.
Wait, okay, so they've gotten into the fight, and now Jane's walking the New York streets, and she runs into the limo guy, and he just so happens to have
standing by. I can't remember if they planned this meetup.
He's like standing near a laundromat or something.
Yeah, no, he's just like he's actually like near an alley, and behind him is a truck.
Okay,
and that's where the laundry. He puts her in the bin. He puts her in the truck, and he brings her back to, I guess, his secret lair, headquarters. And then at one point, and then at one point, so he brings it back to headquarters. He's trying to get the chip out of the dog. He's like interrogating the dog, like, give me that chip back, dog. Like the dog. He's like, eat this and then poop. The dog's not cooperating. Jane is locked in this little room and she sees all these movies and these movies and these CDs that haven't come out yet, and she's like, oh, these haven't come out yet, and she like realizes like, oh, they're like these are like pirated movies, and they're like
piracy.
Yeah, she's like, oh, they're bad guys, and that's why they need the chip, because they need to create these movies.
That is like the lowest level of
a crime.
Like a crime.
Yes.
Like it's so crazy.
Yes, so
like,
low level.
Can y'all at least be like stealing like identities or something?
Right.
Like Social security numbers. Y'all are literally doing what every black man in the struggling community has ever done, and sell illegal DVDs. You know what I mean?
Literally.
You know what I mean? People have come into a movie theater with a
Camera.
camcorder and just set their elbows up and just recorded. And
Right, you might not even be selling it. You might just do it because you want it to take it home to show your family.
Literally every dude on the corner has sold pirated DVDs.
Yeah,
it's not that deep.
Right. It's an old trade. It's a lost trade, but it was popular at one point.
Yeah, people aren't really doing bootlegs like they used to anymore.
Right. And I think at you know what happens? I don't know. At one point, limo guy calls her. It must have been Jane, who's like, "I have your boyfriend," and she's like, "I don't have a boyfriend." She's like, "I have your sister's boyfriend." She's like, "My sister doesn't have a boyfriend." He's like, "Well, I have some guy in my trunk that one of you need." I don't know. I forgot what part of the movie that has, and maybe that's why she meets up with him and whatever. So while Jane's trapped at the secret lair trying to get out, limo guy's Asian mom is like, I'm gonna get the chip out this dog. I'm gonna like.
She's like, I'm gonna kill it. And
I don't know.
at first I
thought she had a knife in her hand, but it was actually just chopsticks. So I don't know what she planned to do with the chopsticks.
Oh my gosh!
To get out the dog,
but she's gonna give that dog a rectal exam.
Right. And somehow, I forgot how she does it, but somehow Jane breaks free. She takes a dog with her, and they go off, we assume, to her meeting or her speech. But while all that's happening, Roxy is walking around New York, and she finds the limo.
Okay.
And so it's unlocked for whatever reason. She opens it. She sees the planner. She grabs it. She's like, the planner. And then while she's there, she hears like, hello, help me. Can somebody help? Coming from the truck. So she opens the trunk, and lo and behold, hot guy number 2's in the trunk. And she's like, what's going on? How'd you get in here? And he's like, oh, I'm happy to see you. Whatever. Boy,
am I glad to see you.
Right. He like really like,
he's like really into her.
He's really
She's
into
literally
her.
The reason why you were locked in a truck.
Yeah, he's like, he seems to really not.
He doesn't care.
That's traumatizing. He seems to come over that really fast.
On the first day of meeting, if any guy is the reason why I am now trapped inside of a truck, I'm no longer interested in you. The possibility of us having any kind of relationship, I don't want the shoot out on your hands that you're into, that you're dealing with. I don't want any part.
Yeah, right. That's
He's
fair.
like,
That's fair. Goodness. That's a red flag. If my boyfriend got me put in the trunk, red flag. My date, red flag.
Red flag.
Which is fair.
Y'all, you haven't even taken her out on dinner yet.
Exactly.
And she already got you involved with the Asian mafia.
Right. So Roxy, like, she finds a planner and she doesn't know where her sister is. So she kind of basically decides, like, okay, since I'm Jane's twin and we look just like, I'm going to go give this speech for Jane.
Oh.
Yeah. So her and hot guy number 2.
The old twin switcheroo.
Right. Her and hot guy number 2 go down to Columbia or wherever the speech is taking place on the campus to give the speech. She gets there. Someone asks us, "Are you Jane?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm Jane."
Totally.
And then she like asks a girl who's there for her blazer, so she puts the blazer on because her outfit's kind of ridiculous. It's like she has like red velvet pants on. It might have been a red velvet jumpsuit that she was wearing, and she like takes the straps off and throws the blazer on. And then so while that's like gearing up. Jane's in the street. She's trying to get to where she needs to go. She runs into, of course, hot guy number 1.
Okay.
With his bike.
Need a ride?
The limo guy and his crew are following her. They're like right behind her. She's trying to get away from them. She hops on the back of his bike. They're zooming around New York City. This part I didn't understand. I was like, why was it necessary? They're like trying to turn down the street, and
when do they have that? We must have missed the part when they had this fight. And she's like, you're moving 3,000 miles away. That has to have happened already.
Yeah.
I feel like that was
yeah.
that should have been
She was like, I'm moving 3 hours away because I want to go away.
because
from
I
you.
literally hate you.
Yeah, she's like, why are you moving? Yeah, so far. And I think she was also like, I think she also mentions like, you didn't even invite me.
Oh.
Yeah, she was like, you're having this big speech. You didn't even mention it to me. I think, and that's how she got into the fact she was like, well, because you were going to make it about you. I wanted a day for myself, and I didn't want to invite you.
So this is when they were having the mom fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was all that. And she was like, that's why I'm moving
3,000 miles away because I literally want to be rid of you.
Yes.
You're toxic.
Yeah. Yes.
Get away from me.
Yeah. She's like, I'm tired of my life revolving around you. I need my own thing.
You're not the sun.
You're not the sun. Right. So Jane is back with Bike Guy. They're riding around New York, trying to get away from everything, get into the speech thing. They turn down a street, and it's so funny. There's like bumper to bumper car. Remind you, he's on a bike. He's like, oh, it's gridlock. He's on a bike. It doesn't matter if it's gridlock. Right. But instead, it's so silly.
Now he drives over on top of the car.
He drives on top of the cars with his bike.
Dude, catch the sidewalk. Or go in between the cars.
But like, so in the way
he's
the
like,
shot
let me catch this car roof.
There's no space, but still go down the next street. Not you riding on people's cars. I just thought it was so funny. They're like, oh, it's gridlock, and they show like the cars like all close to each other. I was like, why'd y'all throw that in there? they just wanted to have
an ad element.
Yeah, a little
added element.
Yeah, a little cool action bike scene. I thought it was so funny. So Roxy is up for her speech. She opens the planner and doesn't see any of Jane's notes in there. And she's like, oh, great. Mm-hmm. And then she looks at the judges, and guess who's one of the judges? Suit, guys, one of the freaking judges. Full circle. That's a full
crazy.
Circle. That's a full circle. Because when I was watching this movie, I was like, okay, I'm not going to mention that he keeps popping up. Then I was like, oh, he's in the end. That's why they keep showing him.
Yeah, obviously there was a reason.
Yeah. I don't know. I just thought he was the guy they keep annoying. Yeah, he's one of the judges. And she sees him. She's like, let me walk off. He's like, wait, no, come back. Do your little speech, little girl. He's like, I would love to hear it.
Not so fast, honey.
Yeah. So she's like, dang. Okay, she opens it. The cards aren't in there, and she just starts like going off dome. She starts quoting like Avril Lavigne lyrics. She's like, why you gotta go and make things so complicated? Then she's like singing all that.
Right. The great Avril Lavigne.
Yes. So, but while she's doing all this, Jane shows up at the nick of time. She's like, oh, great. Can the real Jane please stand up? And like she like calls.
Can the real Slim Shady please stand up?
She calls Jane to come down. While that's a little before that, but while that's happening, hot guy number 2 is in the audience because he came with Roxy. He was waiting for the speech to happen. He looks over. There's someone in between him and someone else. He looks over. It's his mom, and he's like,
"She's a judge."
I don't know if maybe she was a panelist, but she wasn't sitting up there with them, so I don't really know, but she was there for that. So he's like, why are you here, Mom? She's like, I'm on the board or something like that. That's why I'm here. Why are you here? And she was like, oh, I came to see you do this. So that was important. He's like, she was like, where's my dog? And he's like, oh, I'm gonna go get it later. So Jane, no, he doesn't mention the dog. So Jane walks in with the dog. And the mom's like, is that my dog? And he's like, oh, the groomer delivers the dogs?
It's 24/7 service, Mom.
Right. So she goes up there. Jane's about to give her a speech. But then, boom, cop guy walks in. He's like, stop it right there, Roxy.
There's a lot going on right now.
Right. Because it all merges right now.
Everybody's arriving at Columbia.
Yes. Cop guy's like, she's been evading me. She's skipping school, blah, blah, blah. Boom, limo guy comes. He's like, that girl, I need her. I guess he doesn't explain why he needs her pirated and stuff. And then, boom, the senator walks up there. She's like, that's my dog, lady. Give me back my freaking dog.
Right.
So all this is happening. Chaos is happening on the stage.
I don't know, do y'all want me to give a speech or not?
They don't need it right now. And then the senator points to, I guess she thinks he's an actual cop, but the cop. And she's
arrest
like,
her!
He's like, officer, arrest. Oh, because in between that, the limo guy takes the dog.
Oh.
And the senator's like,
arrest him.
And then they start fighting, and the cop guy's like, ooh, I'm an actual cop now.
He's like, oh my God, I'm doing cop work.
Stuff, yeah. So he arrests him. The limo guy's just like, you're not even a real cop. And I think at one point, Jane tells everyone that they're like doing with the pirated movies, and that's another reason why they arrest them. They're they're like selling these pirated movies and they're doing a bad thing. She also makes like a weird comment. I was like, oh, yeah, you could have left that part out. She's like, and then probably selling fake Gucci bags or something like that. I was like, I could have left. I was like, racist. Yeah, probably I could have left that part out, but
a little sprinkle of racism,
yeah, so it's like,
here and there for you.
You left that little comment out, sure. But anywho, she's like, I don't know why I think they sold Gucci, fake Gucci bags.
I wonder why.
I was like, you don't know why you
stereotypes? Couldn't be that.
But anywho, so the cop arrests him. Little guy's like, you're not even a real cop. The cop guy doesn't even know how to put on handcuffs. He's like, little guy's like, give it here. I'll just put it on myself at this point. So, and then Jane finally gives her speech. I didn't really pay attention to it. It was kind of boring, but I'm sure it basically encompassed like,
it was about environment. I feel like it was environmental.
What?
It wasn't.
You think she just went environmental left after the day she had? She reflected on the day she had.
Oh, I figured the speech would have been about saving the environment or something.
What?
I don't know. Like, I feel like the speech had to have been in regards to a topic.
Well, of course she didn't give her real speech.
Oh, okay.
So her speech that she gives up there.
Well, was it good?
No, it's kind of no, it's not really good. But she basically just kind of recaps her day, and she's like, take chances, blah blah blah, and they have like a love. And after that, they have a lovely makeup.
Is the bike guy there? He's there with her.
He's outside. I don't know why he doesn't come in, or she tells him to come in. He might be in there, and then she sees him again outside. But he dropped her off. She's like, come on, and he follows. So I'm assuming he was there doing that. But so after she gives her speech and they go off stage, Roxy and Jane have a heart-to-heart, and they're like, I miss you, I love you, blah, blah, blah. Let's be friends again. Sisters, I love you, sisters.
20.
Right. And then they like leave. So as they're leaving, they're like leaving hand to hand. And then the guy, suit guy, comes up to him. He's like, Mrs. whatever the last name is, can I talk to you? And he was like, basically saying, he was like, it takes a lot of balls to go up there and give your speech after you saw who I was. And then he pulls out her notes on the little, and he's like,
oh my God, he had them?
I don't know. Oh yeah, so maybe at one point he must have it must have fell in her. Yeah, I wonder how he got them. But they've been together almost all day, so maybe at one point he did
maybe when they got in the cab.
Yeah.
Did she have the binder when she was in the cab?
No, she didn't. So maybe when they were initially on the train? That's where she dropped them. But he's like, I found these, I read them. I know you weren't able to give your speech, but your speech was amazing. And he said, I could tell that you wanted this really bad and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And he offered her the scholarship.
That's wild.
So wild. It's honestly ridiculous. Could you imagine if you were one of the other people who gave speeches and then you found out that they gave the scholarship to someone
who didn't even give the speech?
And they were like, oh my God, I'd be so mad. I'd be like, who?
Privilege.
Right. I'd be like, okay.
I was like, this white woman didn't even give her speech. Y'all gonna give her the scholarship, and here I am, a minority, worked my tail off to be here, to even stand in this room with you people. And here you're gonna deprive me of this opportunity,
right? Because
this little chick from Long Island with blonde hair wanted to give a heart-to-heart after she's had a long day. My whole life has been long and hard. I'm a minority.
Could you imagine? I'd be like, if we could submit cue cards, then I would have done that. If I thought we had to give an actual speech. But whatever. So, all's well and ends well. And I think we get like a little flash forward that says like this summer. And then the next scene we see is like Roxy in the studio jamming on her drums. She plays the drums. You can tell like her and her band are recording.
After she gave the execs her demo.
She got the green light. Yeah.
All right.
Yes. So she's in the studio. Jane's in there turning it up. She's dancing. Woohoo. And then her new boyfriend, Haka #1, and her make a little fish.
Okay.
And he walks in and she's like, have you had time to think about, because she's still going to Oxford and London, and she's like, have you had time to think about if you're going to come visit me this summer, or like while I'm in school and all that? And he's like, honestly, I can't. It's not in the cards.
The bike route is just so important to me.
Yes,
right now.
But he's like,
I've got so many deliveries.
Right. He's like, I'm just joking. I'm actually transferring there. London.
I'm transferring to Oxford University.
I don't know.
One of the most prestigious colleges.
Right. It might just be in the area, but he's like, he's going to London. He's transferring to London. I was like, you guys are like 18.
Right.
I mean, I guess it's London. I guess there's opportunities for everyone together or not together. But dude,
That's
whoa.
high key. Can you imagine? That's high key impossible. Like if I was dating somebody and he was going to London, I'd be like, oh yeah, let me. The amount of work that you probably have to go through to like transfer to another university in another country.
The money.
Like
he's a bike rider. Her dad's a doctor, and her sister's a up and coming musician.
Yeah.
No, you can't afford it.
You ride a bike.
Yes, there's no way he was going there. And then off to the side, we see hot guy number 2. Mm-hmm. He's there giving suggestions to the manager. He's like, I had this great this music video idea for Roxy. And Osborne guy, he's like, shut up. Basically, he's like, don't give ideas. And
just stand there and look pretty.
Yeah. And then he mentions, he's like, okay, yeah. Hot guy number 2 is like, yeah, I guess I should be happy that I'm touring with you guys in London this summer. He's like, yeah. So clearly,
everyone, the whole party,
they're
all
going to London. They're all coupled up. They're all going to London. The sister's going to spend the rest of their life together. Isn't that cute?
What a plot.
How
y'all all end up in London again?
London, out of all places.
Right.
London. And then we also, right before the movie ends, we get another Parents Trap cop. And this time he's actually a cop. He's dressed in a cop uniform.
Oh, wow.
And he comes...
rags to riches.
Right. He comes joking like, there's a car out there. Her Beetle is like, you're parked illegally. And he's like, just kidding. Can I get an autograph, though? But they're in the studio. They're rocking out. And they have a happy ending. And all's well and is well, man.
Wow. Brava to the Olsen twins.
Yes.
You know, while you were talking, I did a little Googling. Uh-huh. This was their second film that was released in theaters. Can you name the first one? You probably can't name it.
It's literally... Oh, wait! Don't tell me. I was about to say. Oh,
you're literally not going to be able to guess.
You said... Wait, what were you about to say?
It's too far down in the vault of your brain.
What are you about to say?
I was going to name the movie.
Oh, don't name it. It's like a child movie? Like this when they're children?
Mm-hmm.
Is it when are they a witch? Are they witches?
No. I'll give you a hint. I'm not going to tell you the name because you're not going to guess the name. Uh-huh. But it's literally The Parent Trap. It's literally The Parent Trap. The plot to that movie is literally The Parent Trap.
Tell me what it is then.
Don't tell you the name of it?
Tell me.
It Takes Two.
It Takes Two.
So what that movie's about, it's literally the plot to The Parent Trap. They're at camp and everything. They don't know they're twins or something. The dad is dating a chick who they don't like. And then they want the dad to date the camp counselor or the camp director.
Let me unlock a memory. Where is it? Where is these images? Oh, yep, I remember.
You remember?
Yeah, that's actually that photo. This photo right here is the photo I think about them a lot.
Which one?
Just like them sitting by their heads close by each other. They're both wearing those overalls.
Really? I've never seen that photo ever.
I think about that photo when I think about them.
Well, that was their first film.
This is the scene I think about, like right here, and they're like screaming.
That scene maybe, yeah.
Yeah, just like that photo, just these outfits.
Yeah,
that's funny. Oh yeah, I kind of remember it.
So it is based off the Parent Trap. The storyline is similar to the 1981 novel. We don't know what that is. And the 1961 film, The Parent Trap.
This one has an 8%. See,
coincidentally, The Parent Trap would be remade 3 years later in 1998.
Oh, they did it before the new Parent Trap.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize after they did it. Oh, wait, so they were ahead of the game.
They were.
Good for them. They probably motivated some people. It's like, let's redo the Parent Trap.
I'm sure it was already in the works.
Maybe. This movie has an 8% rating.
It Takes Two?
Yeah. But 81% of people like this movie.
You really, why do they be... You can't... What do you expect from a movie where there's, 10-year-olds as the stars? You can't expect, an Oscar film. Why are you giving it an 8%? This is a children's film.
I don't know what
are you expecting?
Reading Rotten Tomatoes, but that's how
they be tripping.
Mm-hmm. Well, anywho.
Well, that was a good one.
Yeah, that's all, folks.
That's all we have for you guys tonight. We're pretty much done here. Yeah. So thanks for listening.
Next episode, Jay's gonna pick a movie.
That's right.
And we'll be back, and she's gonna tell me about it.
Stay tuned.
We'll be making a surprise. We're gonna make these surprises. I like surprise.
Surprise! All rise. Some fries. Supplies.
Where's that from?
It's a Vine.
Oh, okay. I remember what I know what you're saying. You're missing out the perfect middle part, but understand why.
All right, goodbye.
Me.